For some reason, it did not work. Yeah, there it is. Fuck, it did go. Never mind. It just got hung up. We're live, Ryan.
Hold on.
We're live. Hi, it's Geeks Gamers Daily. We're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome into Geeks Gamers Daily. We got to get the energy level up. StreamYards was lagging up on me. So either way, we got the intro rolling. It's a Monday. There's a lot going on. The stock markets are crashing all around the world. Everybody's freaking out. We've got a potential... I'm still not convinced it's going to happen. An Aiden Ross, Donald Trump interview that's apparently happening in like 2 hours. I'm going to try to cover that if it's actually happening. And we have Deadpool Wolverine news. We have Gary getting canceled, which I fully support because I get good views out of that. And we have Ryan here. What's up, man?
What's up? Yeah, shockingly, sometimes the markets all around the world don't like the impending threat of like some kind of big conflict that could break out. So that's kind of what's going on right now. You know, this is the thing. When you don't have any money invested and you just live week by week, then it doesn't really matter to you if the stock market crashes, right?
Hey,
like, my money's safe under my mattress. You know, I'm okay.
We're all good. We're all good here.
Buy the dip, right?
Yeah, see everybody like
freaking out.
See everybody go like, I lost all this money. And I'm like, I didn't have any money to lose, to be fair.
Exactly. So. Can't lose money if you don't have any.
That's right. But yeah, so we'll see what happens today with all the craziness going on. And but it's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a fun stream. And I'm always happy when my friend Gary gets targeted. You got good views off yours too, right? Your video?
Yeah, did all right. Gary fucking accused me of not making a video. He was joking around when we were streaming last night. And he's like, I didn't see a video from you, Ryan. I said, bitch, I did a fucking live stream and then clipped it out and put out a video before I even came on this stream. He's like, I'm sorry, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it was definitely good. So I encourage all people with pronouns in bio to make hate videos or hate tweets about Gary so we can we can make a video on it and roast him. That's always a fun thing. So I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. We've got Chris Coran says Jay or Beardo made this thumbnail. Damn, Ryan. Damn.
Why do you say that?
Wow.
Was that before the
that could have been. That could have been.
Updated it, maybe.
That could have been.
For some reason, StreamYard, you upload the thing, and usually it's perfectly fine and has your thumbnail, but for some reason it didn't take this morning. It was just like a standard Geeks and Gamers look.
Yeah.
But we fixed it.
Taker says, I don't know what Grace Randolph was up to before filming her House of the Dragon episode 8 review, but it looks like she was having fun.
Grace Randolph typically looks like she just had sex.
Yeah, she does.
Or just taking a nap, maybe on the couch. That could be it as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess that could do similar things to your hair, but
yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Andrew CR says Wall Street end of season summer sale is lit AF. Yes, it is. It's going to be a fun few days for sure. For all the market followers. Spirium for the 199. Thank you. Michaela Ish says, finally watched Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday. Absolutely loved it and will go again. Now I can stop avoiding spoilers and join the replay crew. Glad you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. And I really want to go see it again. I would really like to go see it again. Have you seen it more than once yet, Ryan?
No, it's like, see, I saw it and I had fun. You know, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's like a banger of a movie, but it is performing like it's a banger of a movie.
I thought it was great. I thought it was a fucking blast. Not like a great film as much as like it's the chemistry with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, man.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. You know what I mean? I thought it was a fun movie. And I am shocked at some of the numbers it's doing. We knew it was going to be big, you know, and even a couple months ago, we knew it was going to hit over $1 billion. Just a question of how much more would it be? The answer is a lot. This thing had a better hold, both percentage drop wise and raw numbers wise, had a better second weekend than Spider-Man No Way Home.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. And it's funny is Grace Randolph made the point that because of the Robert Downey Jr. announcement, that was going to hurt the Deadpool box office in the second weekend. You're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it would have made $200 million in its second weekend if they hadn't announced that Robert Downey Jr. was returning.
Yes, exactly. Tomac for 50 says, well, I have yet to lose money. Maybe the rest of all of you, y'all should invest in, is it waifu? Waifu will never let you down. Is that what that is? Waifu?
I wouldn't spell waifu like that, but maybe that waifu. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Shout out to Tomac. So you have yet to lose money. So that means you're here sending us super chats, which we are always appreciative of. Tomac. Cold Whispers with the gifted membership. Thank you. Appreciate that. Tobias Nexus for 10 says that park fire is now at 401,000 acres and spreading westward. But the containment is now at 34%. But at least I got into the Wild Assault beta. So some good news for me. See, you're looking at it from a positive standpoint. All right. You're looking at it from a positive standpoint, Tobias, and I'm okay with that. Well, look, we mentioned how, Wolverine and Deadpool or Deadpool and Wolverine. I have not seen the actuals or anything like that. So what's the latest on this? I will say this. Do you think, well, I'll ask this. Do you think it's going to beat Inside Out 2?
It's got a shot. It's got like a good shot. I still don't know if it's going to have that much team. Like kids' movies just historically have very long legs. They just do. It's not something that people feel the need to rush out to. It's something that, you know, big families will sometimes plan a couple weeks out after. It's one of the reasons they just generally do have really good legs. But Deadpool and Wolverine is kind of insane right now. I don't think we have the. Let me check real quick and see if we have the official
actuals
Sunday
come in.
numbers.
Okay. So I obviously I enjoyed Inside Out 2, and but I will say that Deadpool and Wolverine from a reception standpoint feels like it's operating on a whole different level. Obviously that's not the case because Inside Out 2 did 1 point. I think it's the highest grossing animated movie ever, which is insane.
And it was like kind of a fart in the wind, it felt like, in terms of, but this is also completely different audience than we're used to, or that we're going to see posts about on social media and things like that. That's just the reality. So it's a massive win for Disney. There's no doubt about that. This is another massive win for Disney with Deadpool and Wolverine from a financial standpoint.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into this. I don't think we have actuals yet, but we still do have these numbers. We were wondering, after that massive opening weekend for Deadpool and Wolverine, over $200 million just at the domestic box office, smashing a whole bunch of records. We're kind of wondering what that second week would look like. Was it going to be, we all thought it was going to be a better hold than some of these other things that have come out, whether it's Multiverse of Madness or Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. But what was the final number going to be? Well, it's massive. Deadpool and Wolverine zooms to $97 million record-making second weekend, hits $824 million globally.
Jeez.
And to put that in perspective, that's the 8th biggest second weekend of all time and the 5th biggest second weekend for an MCU title. It fell only 53%.
Insane hold. Hold.
Based on the rounding here at the numbers, they say 54%. Either way, I was expecting around 60-ish, right? Which still would have been solid, which still would have been good for a superhero movie that opened that big. But a 54% drop. And I think the more telling number is that 97 million. Spider-Man No Way Home had a big drop of 67%, but it opened at 260 million. Deadpool and Wolverine in its second weekend made more money than Spider-Man No Way Home did over a Christmas weekend. December 24th weekend, and it makes 84 million. Deadpool and Wolverine in the summer, to be fair, $97 million. Like, that's nuts.
Well, it's almost like us fans were right the whole time that if you just make good, entertaining stuff with these characters and treat these characters correctly, then you will get good results. And that's exactly what has happened with Deadpool and Wolverine. This has never been complicated, but it got complicated with phase 4 of the MCU because they pushed all of this nonsense. And as I said, when I did my review for Deadpool and Wolverine, this means nothing for the MCU moving forward in isolation. It means nothing. This doesn't save the MCU. It doesn't fix the MCU. It's a good isolated movie that had great, characters and great dialogue within it. A lot of awesome cameos, but it means nothing unless they're going to actually do some overhauling. Now, I've heard there's some rumors about the MCU that like firing people and all that, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know where the source of all that came from, but yeah, I mean, this movie's rocking and rolling.
Chris Gore basically made a comment. Something he's said before. Things he's heard from people that work at Marvel is that Marvel and Star Wars are like two completely different entities, even though they're both under Disney. Lucasfilm learned nothing, doubling down. They don't care. Whereas the MCU, they realize they've fucked up and they are ready to move away from a lot of that stuff. Now, whether it's just because in their hearts, they're like, we should be pushing this agenda. I don't think that's true. But I think that the bottom line is getting to the point where they realize they can't do this anymore. I will say, like, from what I had heard, because again, the Robert Downey Jr. stuff, I had heard about a month before that officially came out, or even the rumors started swirling about the Robert Downey Jr. Doom thing. That was kind of hinted at as well, that it's like, hey, we've done a lot of this stuff. We tried to push for all this representation, and it really fucking didn't work. We need to get back to what works and what makes money and what makes fans come out and like invest in us again.
I didn't know you were the source.
What you will. I don't think that means. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't know you were the source. I don't watch Ryan's videos. I mean, I have to deal with this motherfucker enough as it is. What I saw is a Cosmic Book News article talking about it, but I didn't read the article. So that's where I saw the news story from. So that's why I didn't know where the source was. So but if Chris is the source, then there you go. I just don't watch Ryan's videos because everybody else watches them.
Right. And it also doesn't mean that like there's still a lot of shit that's yet to come out for Marvel, right? From the Ironheart series to Agatha All Along to 2 movies that I don't know if anyone cares about, Captain America 4 and Thunderbolts, right? We still have female Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot of things that are going to be problematic. I hate to use that word, but in terms of people aren't going to like them from the MCU that come out over the next couple of years. But internally, what they said is they realized they fucked up and they're trying to turn things around. And we did just see them literally blow up all of their plans and bring in Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if that's going to work or not, but it's just the reality.
Yeah, man. I was watching Infinity War over the weekend, and I'm just going like, dude, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Tony Stark is absolutely phenomenal. Like he is the heart and soul of the MCU. He's the top guy. So like him coming in as this Dr. Doom, it's going to be weird, man. I really don't know how this is going to work out. It's going to be hard to figure out. He's a great actor and he could do a great job, but he's just so identifiable.
It generated them so much interest, and whether people hate it or people love it, it generated like people are now actually have a feeling about the future of the MCU rather than just complete apathy, which is what they wanted. But I think it makes it more difficult in terms of to get a rewarding ending and story with all this. I do think it makes the level of difficulty that much higher when you're using an iconic person like that who's recognizable for the iconic hero to use him as your villain. And you're also paying him a metric fuck ton of money.
The amount of money they are giving him and all the perks they're giving him is absolutely stupid. Which, hey, he's the man. I again, I go back to Grace because I was watching her video on it, and she was just like,
Grace Randolph, but you don't watch my videos.
Yeah,
you son of a bitch. That's why I don't watch Jeremy's videos either. I had to watch Jeremy's video the other day. I was protesting because that fucking bitch who is talking shit to Gary protected his account. So I had to use a video to get the tweets. So I had to go to Jeremy, and everyone had to watch Jeremy's face as I essentially skipped through the video to scroll through his timeline.
I mean, to be fair, I know you very well. I don't need to watch your videos to understand your opinions on things. Grace makes retarded fucking statements on things. It's entertaining. So I'm like, how retarded is she going to be this time? And she's like, she said Robert Downey Jr. should give like a portion of his fucking salary away just so it plays good with the fan base. I'm like, what are you talking about?
The fan base doesn't care how much he's paid.
No, it doesn't. She was like, Robert Downey Jr. should give away part of the money because I feel like there's going to be a lot of tension on the set of the movies. What are you talking about? It's insane to hear what she says. I've been watching Grace for a long time, but her takes have become so incredibly retarded over the past like several years. Like
very unpredictable.
They really are, man. Like that's what it is. Like you watch, you're like, I have no idea what I'm gonna get out of a Grace Randolph video.
But Jeremy, would it surprise you to know that not everyone's happy about Deadpool and Wolverine?
The gays aren't happy, right?
The gays, specifically, the gays are not happy about this. Gay jokes in Deadpool and Wolverine spark backlash among LGBTQ plus movie critics. And people did make a comment. There seems to be a lot of gay jokes in this movie. Shocker. A buddy comedy between fucking Wolverine and Deadpool, where Deadpool constantly is joking that he wants to fuck virtually anything and everything. He's going to make a lot of gay jokes in it. Well, people are not happy. The Guardian, Deadpool's obnoxious gay panic humor is a tiresome schoolyard.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Fuck.
Is his name Guy Lodge?
Yeah. Guy Lodge.
What?
He's got a guy lodged in his ass 5 out of 7 nights of the week, I would imagine.
Oh
this
my
summer,
God.
Deadpool and Wolverine uses the superhero's alleged pansexuality as queer bait. And it turns into a punchline.
Yeah,
Deadpool and Wolverine called homophobic over gay jokes. Deadpool and Wolverine's 5 most boring homophobic jokes. Look at this fat hoe.
Oh my God. Like, this is classic example. They cry about wanting representation. You get your Deadpool is all about jokes and making fun of everything and everybody. That's what he does. This is par for the course for Deadpool. So then you get your representation and you play victim every single time. This is how it plays out every single time.
May Root is a journalist and cultural critic who's been covering queer news for a decade. The transgender Latina lesbian lives in Los Angeles with her fiance.
Holy shit.
I didn't even read that. I just saw it like Fat and Ugly, and I was going to make fun of it.
That is a hell of a bio right there, man. Holy crap.
Transgender Latina lesbian lives in Los Angeles with her fiance.
Woo!
I thought they wanted representation. I guess not.
Guess not. We want representation. We want to be featured. We want to be focused or included. You get included, and then you play the fake victim when you're included. It is a never-ending story. This is why identity politics is a cancer. It always will be a cancer. There's never going to be a time where it won't be a cancer. When you have people that are obsessed with race, gender, and sexual identity, those people are never going to be satisfied in life ever. So there's really no reason to ever include them into anything that is going to be forced or agenda-driven. If you have a story to tell, like, for instance, I talked about this many times. You look at one of my favorite series, Sons of Anarchy, and there's a what's the guy's name from Fallout? What's the he's a really good actor. He's got a weird name. Walton Goggins. Yeah, he's in it, and he plays like this. I'm gonna be respectful and say like a trans character. I'll just say that because normally I'd say something else, but I never heard any complaints about that. I never heard any crying about that. I never heard I never heard anything either way about that character from the left or the right because it just worked for the story. It just worked for the story. That's it. So there was never like, we're finally getting a representation within, within this Sons of Anarchy movie or television show. You never heard anything about it. It's funny how they bring it into the story for sure. It's very funny, but it works. It just works from the story standpoint. But if you're not going to do that, if you're not doing it genuinely for a story standpoint, if you're just doing it to try to include, which regardless of what you think about Deadpool and Wolverine, they 100% were trying to include more gay jokes for representation purposes. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
I don't think it was for representation purposes. I think it was because of like the story that was playing out and the fact that it's Deadpool and Wolverine together most of the time. And Deadpool is constantly fucking joking about that shit, and Wolverine wants no fucking part of it. And like, that's the joke, right?
Yeah, but I feel like the amount, because I've talked about this.
Yeah, and Deadpool I think it's ridiculous that you guys even like were complaining about that.
Wait a minute. No. It is ridiculous that Deadpool makes no references to attractive women at all. Zero. That's not Deadpool makes no comment about an attractive woman in a sexual way, but he makes nothing but gay jokes. That is 100% focused on, we need to focus on the gays, and he can't be a straight white male. He can't be into women. We can't make offensive comments about women. That is 1000% strategic on their part.
There's like 5 minutes of a 2-hour movie where he's actually next to, in the same room with attractive women. The rest of it
exactly
is unattractive women and men. You know what I mean? So like the idea that there's an abundance of gay jokes, it was so wild to me that people even thought that was strange.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that Deadpool would be making jokes about attractive women just as much as gays and all that other stuff, but there were no attractive women. You're right. There were no attractive women in the movie to be even.
Well, you had Daphne and Jennifer Garner, and he was with them. Like, again, lines uttered between them were minuscule, like compared to all the other lines. Primarily the ones that he had with Wolverine or even the fucking TVA guy.
I'm not saying,
and at the end of the day, the entire thing is about him trying to get back together with his girl anyway.
I don't really, well, again, he literally walks up to he walks up to Hugh Jackman and like puts his hands around his fucking waist, you know? Or was that Chris?
That was Chris
Evans. Chris Evans, yeah. Yeah. So again, I don't have an inherent problem with it per se, but I'm just saying that there's a reason why that there was no comments towards attractive women and all about gays, because they're pandering to that crowd. That's what the whole point is pandering. 1000%. Like, it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for crying out loud. Do you think they can actually make comments about attractive women like men do? You telling me men don't make inappropriate comments about women all the fucking time? Of course we do. It's what we do. Deadpool's supposed to be breaking the fourth wall.
It's really wild to me that like that's the mind frame of looking at this and looking at, again, something that's pitched as the point of the movie was to have this dichotomy of Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool and Hugh Jackman and Wolverine being Wolverine, and how that is like fucking oil and water.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, to me, the abundance of gay jokes in it is not a surprise at all, and I would expect it. And it did not make me raise an eyebrow or anything from what we've seen in the first couple Deadpool movies at all in any way.
I don't think it made me raise an eyebrow, but it's a valid
point. The fact
point.
that the gays are so upset about it is funny to me, in the same way that the fact that anybody else thinks that was weird too.
Yeah, I didn't say it raised an eyebrow per se, but I think it's notice. If you think about it, it is noticeable. Like, all he does is makes gay comments all the time with no comments about attractive women. It's just a little strange. So it's a little strange.
Well, speaking of, want to show one more thing before we get back to Super Chats. Ryan Reynolds did tweet this out this morning, I think. There is no Fox, Marvel Universe, or MCU without Blade first creating a market. He's Marvel Daddy. Please retweet for a Logan-like send-off for Blade. How would you feel about one last hurrah with Old Man Blade?
I think that there's not a actor alive that deserves it more than Wesley Snipes. In terms of having an iconic comic book character. I think that they said with his casting, with his appearance as Blade in Deadpool and Wolverine, that makes him the longest running actor to portray a superhero on screen, if I'm not mistaken.
Breaking Hugh Jackman's record,
ironically,
his own movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, Wesley Snipes is the most underappreciated comic book actor of all time. People don't really give him the respect he deserves for his portrayal as Blade. The first Blade is fantastic and groundbreaking and legendary. And unfortunately, it came in a time where identity politics wasn't something that was prominent, which was, I mean, obviously that's a good thing. But when Black Panther came out, you know, the marketing and the media pretended that was the first time a black person was ever in a comic book movie. Meanwhile, all of the normal people were like, well, what about Blade with his legendary performance? So yeah, I would love to have an opportunity for Wesley Snipes to get a proper send-off like that. Would be fantastic. I don't know if he's up for it, because how old is he?
60? I don't know.
The reason I'm saying he does move, like, in just terms of his mannerisms and his movement in the movie. He's definitely lost a step for sure.
62. He's 62.
62. Yeah, I mean, I would love for Wesley Snipes to get an opportunity, though. I love Wesley Snipes. I'm still mad that he had to go to prison. It's bullshit. He should have got a lifetime pass because of Blade and Passenger 57. But you know, I'm still bitter about that one. But I 100% would sign off on that. And I think would it do, like, it's not going to do $1 billion, you know. I don't think, unless they built some pieces around him. But it would be great to see.
I'd rather watch it than Mahershala Ali Blade.
I mean, I like Mahershala Ali as an actor, but it's like having a Blade movie while Wesley Snipes is still alive is like having a Buzz Lightyear movie without Tim Allen. Oh, wait, that happened. How'd that work out for you, Disney? How'd that work out for you? But I like Mahershala Ali as an actor. I think he's fantastic, but having him as Blade does not work at all.
All right, where are we at? We got that one already. Grand Admiral Adam, here's the gayest duo on YouTube. Oh man, watch out with the gay jokes. 2, Dr. Dis Chris Tyson, now Gary all canceled. Crazy.
That's pretty funny, actually. Dan Ryman for 50 says, hail y'all, shit's been going down for a while. We lost our overtime start of the year. Starting in another week, we're down to 32 hours a week. One of our customers is John Deere, whom laid off 700 now in the Iowa area. Holy shit. Yeah, man. Like, it is. Patrick Bet David made a great tweet last night, breaking down all of the scenarios that could be happening right now. And the first scenario was nothing could happen. Absolutely nothing could happen. But there's a lot of scenarios of, like, that could be happening as well. So it's a very, very nervous time for a lot of people. So I totally get that. Cole Hauser for 20 says, good morning, Ryan and Jeremy. How are my riggers doing? Hopefully Hasbro stocks tank so I can get classifieds at a good price. Jay, did you see the U.S. Army lost money with using The Rock for its promos? First G.I. Joe, now Army. 199 praise ara. Did they lose money on that?
So, like, there's a weird story out there, and I have no idea how this was even determined, but the U.S. Army paid The Rock to, like, help kind of boost. They wanted more signups, and apparently it didn't generate any signups and caused 37 people to, like, pull out of enlisting. And so they're, like, suing Rock to get the money back or something. They want the money back. I don't understand how that's even really possible. And I don't know. I don't think you can, like, from my perspective, if you make, like, a bad decision, whether you're a government entity or, like, whatever, you make a bad decision, like, hey, let's get this person on board. This person comes on board, ends up bombing for you, doesn't result in, like, the money. That would be like Marvel suing Paul Rudd because Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania Ant-Man and the Lost Quantumania failed at the box office. I don't understand some of the intricacies around that.
Yeah.
Unless The Rock was legitimately intentionally doing things to undermine whatever. But there is a story out there that says that. But The Rock cause, not only did no one enlist because of The Rock, but 37 people dropped out of enlistment and didn't go in the army.
That's funny.
Lewis R. Stocks dropping faster than heels up Harris's thong. Jeremy's gay. The fuck is even that? Professor Sugon D's nuts for 5. Jeremy and Ryan, you are addicted to hatred and bigotry, just like Nerdrotic. For rehab, post your pronouns and endorse Kamala. Don't know if that's going to happen, but thank you. Orangutan, member for 14 months. Saw Twisters last weekend, then Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday. Love them both, and both give me a glimmer of hope for the movies. Hail the 199.
I still want to see Twisters. I've heard good things about it.
Me too. Eddie Brock for 249. Ryan, what happened to Gary's Hot D episode 8 stream? I think it probably got copyright because we were playing some of the episodes, so I imagine that'll be cut out and put back up. Probably won't have to wait too long. As long as it takes for the YouTube editing software to do it. Cold Whispers with 5 memberships. Thank you. David Nelson for 199. 1 minute late, still 1 inch. Gay. Gee. Thanks. Have you either tried VR gaming? I have an Oculus and I've almost fully quit console gaming. 199. I can't, like, I've tested it out a couple minutes here or there. I'm not a big fan. Jeremy's not either. Tyler Harris for 5. Just got power back near Jacksonville. Yours and Gary's streams about Hottie got pulled along with Alt-Shift-X. HBO just purging. Again, it's probably just copyright. I mean, I got stuff pulled down from Olympics. Like, these things do happen. But if you do play some of the episode and you get too much, the same thing happened to me in like episode 2 review on my live channel. So you have to be careful with how much you're playing live. And we did play a little bit of it.
The reason I didn't hear what you were saying right there on that one. So we got a big breaking story, Ryan. Are you ready for this one? This is big time breaking news.
Sure.
Rosanna Pensino, she's been a critic of MrBeast for a while. Jimmy's production team took every contestant's underwear and medicine from them for some weird reason. They were told they would be given back each night to change, but were not. Multiple female contestants messaged me saying that Beast Games still has their underwear. Disgusting. So now MrBeast team is being accused of stealing women's underwear. Holy fuck. I'll have to look into that one a little more.
There you go. Holy hiding fuck. Dislikes and hiding underwear. Grimnack for 2. Not well written film, only big because of nostalgia. Yeah, like there are a lot of things that happen in this movie that if they happened in a different movie, there would be a lot of criticism for it. Like, spoiler alert, or spoilers if you haven't seen it by now. I don't know if you really fucking care, but like Chris Evans, right? His introduction as Johnny Storm, and then just immediately gets fucked and like falls right on his nuts and is like killed on a whim. If those things had happened, like say we saw happen with John Krasinski and the way his character, Mr. Fantastic, was just yeeted out of existence so quickly, there would be a lot of pushback and backlash. But because it is a Deadpool movie, because parody is like the point of it, you're not going to have those same level of criticisms just because the nature of the film itself. But yeah, I don't think it's the most well-written film in the MCU, certainly.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it didn't need to be. I mean, are all like the MCU has never been known for the well-written nature of their movies per se. I mean, that's just not like they've had some like Winter Soldier.
There is
obviously.
Some level, and when it comes to like story arcs and character motivations and things like that, there have been criticism about villains specifically, like across the entire history of the MCU, that the villains aren't necessarily written well enough for the most part. But when it comes to the heroes, I wouldn't necessarily say that's the same thing. I'm not saying this is fucking Shakespeare, right? And I don't think anyone would necessarily argue that.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, I would argue, I've argued that Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark is arguably one of the greatest character arcs ever. I mean, just unbelievable in movie history. But in terms of just like your individual writing of things, like it's the MCU, it's pretty light in tone for the most part. There's not a ton of stakes until you get to like, you get into Infinity War and Endgame, and there's obviously some stakes there. You've got some new moments here and there. What's his name? In Guardians, Yandu, like you've got some moments there, but generally speaking, there's not a ton of stakes till you get towards the end. So it's pretty lighthearted in a lot of ways, but it's really well done.
All right, where was I? Torsten for 5. Straight white male saves the MCU. Who could have foreseen this?
White boy right? Summer.
I guess we got to get to the white boy who's in question for the past 24 hours here.
Good old Gary. You should have used my clown makeup picture of him for the thumbnail. That would have been good.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect to see Gary on Drama Alert. But here it was. Our boy Grayson from Minute Nerd News. Nerdrotic is a piece of shit that we've allowed to operate amongst us for far too long. A thread. Clearly, Gary took this very seriously. With a quartering, my channel is under attack picture.
I want to thank the quartering for allowing me and everyone else the opportunity to exist on Friday Night Tights, the show he created. Thank you, Jeremy, for that. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be there. It means the world to us. And so for the full context, here's this tweet from this Grayson person. It got a lot of traction. Now he has me blocked. I think he has you blocked.
He did have me blocked. So he went protected, right? He gets like 20,000 plus likes, 4 million views on this thing. He goes protected because a lot of people started maybe pushing back and not agreeing with them. He went protected mode for about 12 hours. Then he went unprotected, but he had me blocked. He then unblocked me to send a tweet to me, and I'm still unblocked as we speak now. But yeah, it's crazy that this is what happens when you're on the internet, okay? You put out an opinion. Some people are going to agree with you. Some people aren't going to agree with you. The level to which how many people agree with you or disagree, that could definitely vary. But whenever you put out an opinion, there are going to be people that have something to say about it. And you know what? There's even people that might have pushback, that might go too far. These things do happen. This is the fucking internet we're talking about. But when you set out this whole thread, basically in an effort to say, hey, this person, this big YouTuber out there, he should be destroyed. If you get pushback for that, it really shouldn't be surprising at all. And this guy's got more attention than he's probably ever gotten in his life. He's all the way up to, what is he? 1,866 followers.
And did he take the pronouns out of the bio? It looks like
he did to own us because no pronouns in bio now. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so he went privated for a while yesterday. Has anyone looked up his social blade? Did he delete a bunch of tweets? Is that what he did? Is that why he went privated?
Who knows? Like,
let's see, what's it? Minute Nerd
He's tweeted
News?
A bunch,
okay.
So probably not.
Probably won't be able to tell if he deleted anything. So I'm going to look that up right now.
I think he went private because he was getting too much pushback. That's what it was. His tweet blew up, probably got more attention than he actually wanted, and he was getting roasted by a lot of people. There were certainly a lot of people out there that were, hating on Gary, that were agreeing with him. But because of the pushback, he had to go private. But this is the whole thing. Before I focus my attention solely on this garbage, let's first focus on the attention, the explanation of what he is or his little grifter friends do. And this is ironically a post where you said, we fucking talk about everything over and over and over and over again. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
But you said, that's right, folks. They sell you outrage and anger. This is what they do. They make mountains out of molehills to capitalize on an insignificant frustration their target demographic might be feeling and heighten the issue rather than tame it.
As I said in my video, so I was told racism was bad, correct? That's what Hollywood has told us.
That might be your opinion. I'm not going to necessarily co-sign that.
I said we were told racism was bad, okay? Well, Brie Larson made racist comments about white people The mainstream media did not highlight these stories, so therefore YouTubers highlighted the stories. So if you think that calling out racism is bad, Grayson, then you might be a bigot. You might want to join Geeks and Gamers. I mean, if that's the case, if you think calling out racism's bad, Grayson, I'm saying we're just trying to stand against bigotry and hatred. So just trying to be
it's well
good
known
person.
that I'm on Team Brie Larson, so I don't know if Grayson's aware of that or not. But also, I think it's funny that he included this one of Gary named as Captain Marvel as like, look how toxic this is. Like, what? I don't know why that one's in there. But no, this won't be news to you. I realize that Nerdrotic has an obsession with the concept that anyone who isn't straight, white, or male might make an appearance or, God forbid, lead a solo project. Oh my goodness. But of course he has praise for the MCU, but only when it involves movies where the main protagonist is white, male, and straight. Deadpool is not straight. Let's just get that straight. Marvel's only experienced one failure in its entire history as a lackluster as some of the box office was in part 4, with 2 movies crossing 1 billion. That's also not true. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania lost money. Thor: Love and Thunder, in all likelihood, lost money. Guardians of the Galaxy probably just broke even. Multiverse of Madness, despite the fact that it made $950 million at the box office, lost fucking money because it cost them $400 million to make it. So that's just like an inaccurate sentiment. And of course, the Marvels. He's just generally a racist. So much at this point, he should honestly come out and admit he's a white supremacist. Never mind, he's racially charged comments about Echo. We got to play this one, though.
Well, and as been pointed out by many people, while he's wearing an Isom shirt, but apparently he's intimidated by anything that's not a straight white male. Oh, God. Go ahead.
That doesn't count.
What there wasn't a lot of was men. Not sure what happened to all the dudes in Wakanda. Maybe they went off to get a pack of Salems and never came back. Oh, shit. I don't know if I'll keep that one in. What there wasn't a lot.
God.
While wearing an Isom shirt. He hates anything that's not a white male.
You're just a little boy with a camera and microphone. Take that away, and what are you? Racist, homo. I wish you would have just said homo. Like, racist homo. Racist, homo / transphobic, misogynist. Of course, the Blue Beetle thing, the fact that we got so much hate. This is such boomer dad fucking humor.
No, it's so bad.
Like, I know, Grayson, you don't understand because your father probably abandoned you when he realized you were gay. Like, I get that. Like, you might not understand what boomer dad humor is, but holy fuck, dude.
Oh,
he's such a problematic person that his whereabouts on January 6th could be brought into question. I bet you wouldn't blink a fucking eye. January 6th, yeah. Gary was there. This Elon Musk nutsack licker interacts with people currently advocating for a civil war if the election is once again stolen.
Wait a minute.
What's Benny Johnson? Oh my God.
Wait a minute. He called Gary an Elon Musk nutsack licker. That sounds like a very homophobic statement, Ryan.
Yeah. Do you have a problem with people licking on men's nuts,
Do you
Grayson?
have a problem with the gays, Grayson? I don't think that's very nice to make homophobic comments like that. I'm a little uncomfortable.
Gary's a proud gay man. All right.
Yeah.
If he wants to tongue punch Elon Musk's asshole,
yeah,
you should be okay with that.
You should support that.
Problem? It's because you don't like gay people.
Yeah, that's very problematic. That's very problematic. Not good.
How's that working out, Biden voters? Basically saying Biden voters are gay, right? Like, or dead, not gay. Also gay, but dead. This guy is stuck in a never-ending circle jerk, literally built on the back of shitting on suppressed voices and oppressed minorities. If it's not a straight white man, he don't want it. In fact, he'll dedicate his time to shitting on it for 2 weeks. I'll leave this thread off with this, and it's directly at you, Nerdrotic. Joking about or attempting to further suppress an already suppressed voice is a fucking disgusting way to spend your free time. You're a grifter. It's all you ever will be. You may have sobered up, And I've seen firsthand how difficult that is, and it must have been for you. But you've relapsed in addiction. You're addicted to hatred and negativity. You're addicted to the engagement it brings that furthers your hatred and negativity. And what's worse, you know what you're doing, which means you know the harm it causes, and not just to the people you're shitting on, but the fandom as a whole. We're the ones that have to deal with your dumbass fans fucking up our vibe. And this is the reality. This is why this post is here. This is why these people and a multitude of people are upset at, people like Gary or like Drinker or whatever. They're upset that not everyone is in lockstep agreement about Marvel or about Star Wars or about whatever it may be. Yes. They're upset that the vast majority of fans at this point have started pushing back on this stuff and don't like this stuff. There's arguments to be had. There's criticism to be had. They don't like that. They want to exist in a hug box where everybody just loves and continues to consume the slop that they put out with no criticism. They don't like it that there are more people that hate a lot of this shit than like it. That's what this is all about. You're fucking up our vibe.
As I said, if I've made this comment about me when my channel first started growing, but if Gary had 500 subscribers and was making videos and each video was getting a couple of hundred views per video, had the same exact opinions, the same exact takes, the same exact everything, would this guy be offended by it? No. It's all because too many people agree with Gary. That's the problem. That's really what it comes down to. It's not about Gary's opinions. It's the fact that too many people agree with Gary's opinions, and now he's kind of basically the symbol for a lot of these weirdos because he has 1 million subscribers. It's not about his opinions. It's too many people agree with his opinions, and ultimately Marvel's failing miserably. Yes, Deadpool Wolverine is a huge success, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Why is there no massive hatred around Deadpool Wolverine? Well, because people are liking it, generally speaking. It's amazing how that works out. So if you have a problem with the fandom, if you have a problem with the response to the fandom, then you need to take it up with the people that are actually creatively involved with the product. Gary is just a retarded YouTuber, and he has no real power. He's just a guy who gives his opinions, and people agree with those opinions. It's that simple.
You are filth. If I saw you in real life, I'd spit at your feet. Which, by the way, is like the gayest response to have. Not even I'd spit on you. I'd spit at your feet. Patois! I spit in your general direction. I genuinely hope you educate yourself, because the way I see it currently, you aren't worth the cloud space they use to keep your videos up. This comment alone encapsulates how garbage you are. Fuck you. After having reservations about Echo, Disney Marvel's moving forward with their big gamble.
Echo. Is reservations the problem with that comment? Is that what it is?
God, it's literally two jokes in one. Echo's Native American, so yeah, reservations and gambling.
Yeah. So I mean that's why that was his big kind of like, I'll leave you with this one right here. That's what offended you. But your homophobic comments about Gary's love for Elon Musk isn't a problem. Seems like you're projecting there a little bit, buddy. Yeah. So let me check you a little bit. You leave my gay friend Gary alone. If he wants to lick on Elon Musk's nutsack as a gay man, that's his right. And I don't appreciate you disparaging him for wanting to lick on Elon's nutsack. I'm very offended by that. I can't wait for gay Twitter to find out that you have a problem with my gay friend Gary.
And I personally think that Echo had a leg up on the competition. Unfortunately, having to read through this, if the actress who had to play Echo read through this, it would probably be like walking the trail of tears. But luckily, if there isn't any criticism, she won't hear it. So those are all positive things about the Echo series we can say.
Leave Gary alone. If you take the retard out of Gary, if you take the R out of Gary, you're still left with gay, okay? Leave my gay friend alone.
And at the end of the day, somebody with virtually 0 followers, post this in this guy for a minute nerd news, gets a ton of attention, gets a ton of likes, a ton of people agreeing with it, but then is like somehow surprised or shocked or whatever that there might be a whole lot of people that have a different opinion than that. And And do I think that are some people going to take it too far? Yes. Some people have taken it too far from these people against people like Gary or us or whatever. Some people in response probably take it a little bit too far. This is the internet. This is fucking reality. When people make threads like this, guess who gets inundated with a ton of fucking bullshit DMs or emails or whatever? Gary does. That's something that fucking happens. So when you go out and you have an opinion online, there's going to be people that agree. There's going to be people that disagree. You should be ready to be criticized for stuff that you put out. Gary, I think, is laughing this off, rightly so. We're taking it much more seriously than Gary is because, we're able to make fun of this stuff and have, almost 4,000 people watching whatever it is.
Yes.
So it's funny. But this is the internet. That's how it works.
It is how it works. Gary, I encourage more people to make threads about Gary so I can make videos about it. So thank you for that. I got like 150,000 views already on that video, so I really appreciate it. If we can get more of those threads going, I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to call out Gary more. So good job.
Yeah, Gary's got a face made for thumbnails. He just does. All right. Will you watch Aiden and Trump stream?
I am going to watch it. I'm not going to, I've decided I'm not going to try to live react to it. I'll just do it tonight for CobraCast because I don't even know if I don't trust Aiden at this point to know if he's actually interviewing Trump after the last troll job he did where he had like 900,000 people watching him, have like a Kim Jong-un or whatever fucking, impersonator. He built it up like he was going to interview him, and it turned out to be an impersonator. And then he had like Andrew Tate on and all that. I don't know what the plan is today for Aiden Ross, but whatever he does, I will cover it tonight on CobraCast.
Bush and Ryucat, member for 6 months. G&G 199ers. I signed a petition to bring Wesley Snipes back in Blade 4. Do your part. Rey still not my Skywalker. There you go. Taker for 2. Grace's Acolyte take is probably her best work. I didn't watch Grace's Acolyte take.
Eula Brit, is that how you say that? For 50. Hawk Tua, his filthy foot. Because he said he's going to spit on Gary's
your feet. Not even on, I spit at your feet, right? I fart in your general direction.
What a weird thing to say.
That was the gayest thing about his post. Like, I would have more respect if he was like, I'm going to punch you if I see you, right? Okay, as you're doing it. I spit at your feet as I walked by wordlessly without saying anything. I would just like spit at your feet and keep walking. And Gary would be like, what the fuck? Is that a homeless guy? So stupid. Hot D finale sucked. Woke BS slowly killing it. Of course, Rhaenyra is a lesbo, which she is bisexual in this and in the source material, by the way. Daemon is being pushed aside. Daemon had the best arc of the season. And now transgender Jack Sparrow. I encourage everyone to read about that character in Fire and Blood. But thank you, Joey Fouts. Andre CR for 2,500. Would you let Grace twist your tipples? Depends what she was doing after that. Black Kane.
I honestly don't know what Grace looks like outside of like that one camera angle she has. What I want is, does any? Yeah, I don't even know what she looks like outside of that one camera angle. I'm not sure I've ever seen her like outside of that one camera angle she has.
What about like? There's got to be stuff like premieres or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I've just never.
Hold on, here's a good picture.
Somebody said, "Oh, Jeremy's considering it."
Hold on, you got a year ago.
Okay. I mean, yeah. It's not. Does she talk? Does she have to
Jeremy's
talk?
about to get his tipples twisted.
Does she have to talk? Can she be quiet?
Imagine what a Grace Randolph orgasm sounds like. Hello, Grace. Jeremy's a big fan. Black Kane for 5. Who has more riz with black women, Trump in Atlanta or Ryan doing karaoke? I would say both. D's Huevos. In Spanish, Guy Lodge would be called a Joto. Lord Botha for 199. That's a long way to say straight Latino. Cole Hauser, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime, 199. Brian Keith for 2.
I just noticed something. When I saw the picture, did I say well? Well,
you did actually.
I didn't mean to do that.
Imagine a dude named Guy crying like a girl. Thank you, Brian Keith.
With the CM Punk shirt.
And a Nerf gun.
That's right.
And 2 first names. Cole Hauser for 2. Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. Best gay jokes, 199.
That was legendary stuff back in the day. Look who's here, Bashy Washy. Where you been, Bashy Washy? Bashy Washy like disappears for like months at a time. And then shows back.
Randomly comes in when he's drunk or something.
Yeah, I respect it.
Shut up, Jeremy. Straw much? J.R. Cardenas. That guy looks like he sucks dick for bus tickets and a Gatorade to wash down the goo. Cider Hype. Jeremy's right. Gay is the new black. The MCU. Justin Martins for 5. They really are making your job easy with an activist named Guy Lodge. You're not even trying anymore. According to Cosmonaut, Gary's a pathetic grifter looking for outrage clicks. Didn't he make a video saying the Raimi Spider-Man movies suck? I don't know. Wolf from Heart, always bet on black. Hashtag save Dave Filoni's dog.
Dude. So yeah, so you're talking about there was some YouTuber that quote tweeted like he's like a big million sub YouTuber and he's quote tweeted drama alert. I think that's what you're talking about. Did he say that the Raimi Spider-Man movies suck? Get the fuck out of here. Raimi Spider-Man movies are, well, first 2 are amazing.
Well, did you see what the AI was saying a little while ago?
No.
Viewers are making fun of Gary for being gay and speculating on the nature of Gary's relationship with Elon Musk. If we can convince everyone that Gary's gay, then he's a member of a protected class, and like it's just hate speech. What
that's right.
Grayson's doing to him.
That's right. That is absolutely hate speech. I mean, listen, Grayson attacked Gary's gay love for Elon, which I don't appreciate.
Yeah, who are you to judge kinks? Gary can lick all the nut sacks he wants and shouldn't be judged for that. He learned it in prison. He's basically black. He's basically black and gay, and you're attacking him, trying to take his channel away. You fucking bigot.
He's a gay black felon. All right, that's what he is. How dare you? How dare you?
That's right.
And he's retarded.
Bo Zamboni for 2. Willie Mays Hayes was a great character as well.
Absolutely.
Bronsonite for $1 over on Rumble. BS on women's underwear, Beast story, probably PR stunt because the dude is probably in a hotel room with his car transmission friend, unless he's the one wearing the ladies' underwear.
Well, the girl that said that, she's a massive YouTuber. Yeah, but she hates MrBeast. She's been hating on him for a long time. So we'll see.
Switzerland Play IT. Gary's a bad racist, though he is literally colorblind. Blind without his glasses. B. Barrett for 2. Show Gary some respect. He's convicted felon, Gary Nerdrotic. And then Vault 95 Survivor for $1. Damn, that's sad. The dude attacking Gary has such a low follower count. I'm a nobody sending $1 Rumble rants and have 6 times the followers. LOL.
Hell yeah.
SBZ, I thought you were retired. Retarded. Blade. Yes. AD the Demon Slayer for 5. Correction, Jeremy. The Meteor Man was the first black superhero film. Put some damn respect on Robert Townsend's name. All hail the 199.
Hey, I've mentioned Meteor Man a ton. Same with Blank Man. So, but I'm just saying, like the most prominent one was Blade, for sure.
Thoughts on narrow boating with Nigel? Jeremy, we old boys who trained back in the day may still have it. Wesley definitely still got it. The audience I watch with were 50 plus. It was wild.
Oh, I mean, he is awesome to see him. Awesome. I'm just talking about a full length movie is what I'm asking though. Can
the type of combat you expect from Blade.
Yeah.
Jeremy's
I believe in him though.
Where I used to live, Twisters was a strip club.
Look at that picture. What the fuck?
Jim Watari for 20. I enjoyed the Beardo shout out in Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, there was a random man called Beardo. Yes,
it was.
437 THX 1138 for 5. Dirty old sniffer. You got to be kidding me. Dragon Wise, Jeremy's facial expressions in Ryan's video.
Say what?
Probably because I recorded your video while I was reacting to it, and I paused on random spots, and your faces were probably weird.
Fuck you.
I wasn't looking.
I actually do. In all honesty, I do watch most of Ryan's videos. So
I apologize to the audience for making them sit through that.
I watch most of Ryan's videos. Some of them I don't, because I'm like, I already know what he's gonna say here. So
yeah, it's like the 7th Acolyte is bad video. You're like, okay.
Yes.
Sundowners Club for 15. Grayson has XY chromosomes, but still identifies as a woman. Thank you, Sundowners. Pre-Dawn Corpse, lobster and corn the long way. Thank you. The Nets Rack for 100. Love you both. Almost not gay comment. Keep up the very good work, guys. But we'll try.
Thank you.
The Trillist for 199. MrBeast's new motto: GTD. Get them draws. Archer Blades for 320. Does that mean Guy Gary happened to think lots about men? Or does that guy Gary happen to think lots about men?
All the time.
He does. 5 words to destroy the whole argument. We have a furry. It's 4 words. That shows you're still that you're insanely inclusive and a bit deranged, but still. Thank you, Tobias. We love you for your fursuit, not your math skills. Jason Yankovic for 5. Hail Gary's little grifter friends. Also, here you sell hatred and outrage. How much do you sell them for, and how do you offer express shipping? It's free. All you got to do is watch an ad.
That's all you got to do.
Chris Cran for 2. Did you check Joe Rogan's stand-up on Netflix? No, I've heard some people are mad because he made fun of trans people, so I'm probably going to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not a Joe Rogan fan. I'm glad he's pissing people off. I don't really care about Joe Rogan.
I like Joe Rogan for the most part.
Yeah.
I think his stand-up, I don't think his stand-up is like fucking Dave Chappelle or anything. I think his stand-up's good. Taker for 2 is Grayson. If Grayson is trolling, he's a genius. I doubt that. Burb shit for 2. Can you remix this monologue with dramatic music? I gave it my best. Jason D. Ryan's dramatic readings crack me up every time. Andre CR for 2,500. Dude triggered by an ex-felon retard. 100 who can't, or 100-year-old who can't read properly, has to use 96 font size on his phone is the most hilarious thing ever. John Getz with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, John. Gary can use a quote from Trump now. They're not after me, they're after you. I just happen to be in the way. Thank you, Space Digger. Barbecue Pits. Y'all N-words got me laughing too hard over here. You're welcome. Burb shit for 2. Lickin' D's musky nuts. Malakot. Nothing says I have an unwarranted sense of self-importance like educate yourself or do better. Do better, Senator. It sounds like Grayson's a little gay for Gary. Jason Yankovic for 5. Nerdrotic and G&G been fucking up their vibe since 199. Also, I love the grifting being done over the guys calling you grifters. Griftception.
Bring it on. Yeah, I mean, at this point, being called a grifter means that whoever's calling you the grifter is mad because you're more successful than them. That's essentially all that means. So whoever calls you a grifter, that just means that that person's mad because you're getting more attention than them. Like, what the fuck does grifter even mean? Like, so, in reality, I'm saying, like,
grifter has turned into somebody making videos with opinions that you don't like. Right?
Yes. That gets more traction than you. Because, I mean, for someone, well, I mean, are they going to bitch because somebody's getting 100 views? Oh, that guy's a grifter. No, but if that same exact fucking video gets 500,000 views, then that person automatically turns into a grifter.
I think there are even people with like a couple hundred or a couple thousand subs that are getting called grifters from people nowadays that we probably don't see or whatever, right? I legitimately think that that's happening. What it means to me is somebody who is faking what they feel or think, someone who is not being genuine and is using an audience because they see something to capitalize on. They're holding opinions that they don't actually hold in order to capitalize on a feeling or an audience or whatever. That's what grifter means to me.
Yes, but that's not what it means to people saying it, because
correct. What I mean is like that's what the word is.
Right.
But what it's turned into is people saying that seem like the word racist or homophobe or whatever, right? It's turned into like an accusation to label somebody simply when you don't like what they're saying.
Yes.
Instead of you thinking that they're like, even Grayson, right? Grayson says all these things. He thinks Gary's a fucking racist. He thinks he's a homophobe. He thinks he's a transphobe. Yet he still calls him a grifter. Well, if Gary were those things and those opinions that he put out were actually that, it wouldn't be a grifter.
Right.
It would be his opinions.
Exactly. So which is it? Is he a grifter? Does he really believe these things or does he not? I mean, ultimately, I'm a grifter. I'll take it. Okay. What are you going to do about it? I'm a grifter. Jeremy only wants super chats. Yes. Jeremy only wants views. Yes. Jeremy only wants subscribers. Yes. Jeremy only wants his company to grow. Yes.
But would you ever put out a position that you don't hold in order to gain more of those things?
No.
There you go. So,
or I would have made a lot
try,
of, or as much,
want to try to do blackface to be a grifter, but you're not.
I would have made a lot of Johnny Depp videos if that was the case, because damn, them motherfuckers were flying. But I just didn't give a shit about the topic. Just didn't care. Trust me, I wanted to care. I was like, can you figure out an angle to care? No, I really didn't fucking care, because fuck Johnny Depp.
It's the same kind of thing for me. You're obviously making a lot of like MrBeast or Dr. Disrespect,
and I care
like,
about
stuff
that,
like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like
you
not
don't give
interested
a
in like the drama sphere.
Yeah,
like,
you don't care about that shit. Yeah, you don't care about that shit.
Like I do, like I'm aware of it, but I don't want to like make videos about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Even though views are insane sometimes for it.
Yep.
Center negative for 5. I'm so sick of this. You need to educate yourself. BS. What they really mean is you need to come around to my way of thinking. Well, yeah, obviously. How in the world did Deadpool not make a joke about wanting to fuck himself so much before when seeing Lady Pool? Wasn't there a couple Blake Lively jokes that were thrown in there in Deadpool 3?
I don't recall.
I have to watch it again because I feel like there was. East Coast Toasty Boy for 5. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. We must not forget. Cullen. F-U, LG keyboard. I translated. Marlon Sebo. AI just said Jeremy's reacting to his feelings about his ex, Grace. Sexy Centurion. Gary's hot like a tamale. Bush and Ryu Cat for 5. Let's talk about tipples sucking and blowing. I just want to eat my Cadbury cream egg. Jeremy, prove you're not racist. Let Epic Mike win next Mario Kart.
Fuck him. Epic Mike doesn't deserve anything.
Totally tubular. Don't forget to flush. Thank you. We won't.
Okay, so it looks like we do have some confirmation. Aiden Ross showed up to Mar-a-Lago in a Cybertruck to interview Trump. There's his Cybertruck. Holy shit. That's fucking wild. So I guess it is actually happening. So I will react to that later tonight on Cobra Cast. But with it being live on Kick, because if I'm not mistaken, it's not like I can pause on Kick and then restart it, because then it jumps right back to the live.
I don't watch Kick enough to know.
I think that's how it works. So if you pause on Kick, it's just like Twitch. If you pause it and then you restart it, it just jumps forward, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably. Super Secret Club for 5. Thank you. Raiden Roach for 7 months. Worst thing about Gary's situation is Grayson forgot to mention he used to have a comic book store. Very true. East Coast Sociobar for 2. Grifter, the new racism. Ola Brit for 10. Fun fact, Alyssa Mercante is an anagram for crazy man-hating lesbian psycho. Wow, I didn't know that. That's amazing. CJ for 10. Did the MCU luck out with Jonathan Majors' accusations? It gave them a convenient excuse to replace him with a superior actor and villain. Yeah, I mean, again, I think that even if Jonathan Majors doesn't get into legal trouble, he should have been, they should have changed courses and fired him and not had him play a role, because I just don't think anyone gave a fuck about his character. I don't think his performance was particularly good or anything. But certainly it was an easy way out for them after he was convicted to be like, all right, bye, sayonara, we'll figure this out. They could have recast him though, just like they've recast anybody except for Black Panther. Over on Rumble, John Getz, I bet Echo's ratings went Sacagaway way up because of Gary, a real feather in Marvel's cap. John Getz for another buck. Where are these people when Star Wars reactors get actual trips to Lucas Ranch or interviews for spinning positive narratives? More prone to grifting, in my opinion, when billion-dollar corporation is giving gifts. No lies detected. The proficial John Morrow, Beard almost rage quit Elden Ring last night.
He's not good.
Yeah, those things happen. But we're all caught up.
We're all caught up, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I'll probably go live a little earlier than normal for CobraCast tonight, just because there's a lot to cover with the Aiden Ross interview with Trump, which will be pretty fantastic and interesting. I'm glad that Trump is reaching out to people like that are not in the normal sphere. So that's a good thing. I hope Trump does more of that. So I'll be doing that tonight on CobraCast. And then we have our gaming stream tonight, which I'm not sure what game we're playing yet. So I guess you just have to stay on the lookout for that. Geeks and Gamers Play. That will be the channel that it will be on YouTube. Pre-Dawn Corp says we skipped your super. I didn't see one from. Oh, we got one from you? Yeah, it was a super sticker, right? Is that what it was?
No, Pre-Dawn Corpse.
I'm looking now.
I read it.
Oh, here it is. Jeremy's a bundle of sticks. That's what Pre-Dawn Corpse for 5. Jeremy's a bundle of sticks.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one.
Okay, well, there we go. I just got that one. Jeremy's a bundle of sticks. I said it 4 times there for you. Buster Nut Smash says, Jeremy, what do you think about Ray Park's Snake Eyes? Fucking love Ray Park's Snake Eyes. His Snake Eyes is the best part of those G.I. Joe live action movies. He's phenomenal as Snake Eyes, and I don't know if he's still at a point where he could pull off stuff like that, but I would love if Ray Park was still Snake Eyes in those movies. How old is Ray Park now?
He's got to be closing in on 50.
50.
Right?
I'm pretty sure he could still pull off at least some moves as Snake Eyes. But yeah, he was fantastic as Snake Eyes. I loved him.
He's 49. Yeah,
49. Yeah. So, Robert Downey Jr. to play the new Snake Eyes. Makes a lot of sense. But all right, guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day.
Real quick, SBZ on Rumble. Fuck YouTube for censoring my super chat. So not only is Jeremy gay, he's also a Grace Randolph simp. How big can you go, Jeremy?
Oh, man. All right, guys. Love you all. Have a great day. I'll see you for CobraCast tonight. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.